Hey, folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network. Feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Okay, Josh Alexander will be challenging Moose for the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship April 23rd, this Friday at Rebellion. And he spoke with Justin Barrasso at Sports Illustrated. There's a great article out now on Josh Alexander. And Josh Alexander talks about a number of things. But let me read a few things here. Josh Alexander says his goal is to give Impact a world champion who will deliver every single time he steps foot in the ring, establishing a weekly product that fans of pro wrestling would be disappointed to miss. I think we're at that point already because Impact Wrestling is just absolutely killing it right now. Josh Alexander also said, "Our wrestling is going to grow our brand. The next step for me is to get that world championship. When I do, I love how he says when he does because he's definitely going to win that title on Saturday. When I do, I'm going to defend it all over, and I'm going to give the best matches people can possibly see. As for the record, Josh Alexander wants to do it while carrying the flag for Impact. Josh Alexander said, I've always been bothered that Impact has been used as a stepping stone. To me, that's a knock against the company. I had other options, but I chose to stay with Impact Wrestling. I never wanted to leave, said Josh Alexander. He said, Brandi Rhodes, and he talks about Brandi Rhodes here, calling him out. He says, Brandi Rhodes called me out in AEW. I remember that. It was um, with Ethan Page in the ring. So Brandon Page. Brandi Rose called out Josh Alexander in AEW, which prompted the news cycle to think that I was going to AEW. I remember when she called him out. There was a lot of people on social media indicating, "Oh, Josh Alexander is going to AEW." But Josh Alexander said, despite that he never wanted to leave Impact. Never wanted to leave Impact. He says he loves the locker room and the crew, and this company has given me nothing but opportunity to show that I can compete and be one of the best wrestlers in the world, which Alexander is. He's one of the best, if not the best wrestler in the world today. Definitely in the world today, in my opinion, of course, and I think numerous people share that opinion with me. He said there's a lot more for me to do, and then a big next is against Moose at Rebellion. Um, Yeah, so I'm just looking at some of the other quotes here. So Josh Alexander, I love how Josh Alexander says that it's always bothered him that Impact has been used as a stepping stone. I absolutely love that quote from Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander, in my opinion, should be the face of Impact Wrestling. When he defeats Moose, I'm not I'm almost certain. Well, I don't say I'm almost certain, but I was reading that it was a while ago that Moose is banged up and he needs to take some time off. So I think Moose is going to step away for a little bit to heal up. But I think Josh Alexander should, without a doubt, be the face of Impact Wrestling. I know I had posed a question to Josh Matthews when I had Josh Matthews on the show and we spoke, and I asked him who the face of Impact Wrestling was. And he couldn't quite give me an answer. He said it was a good question. He couldn't really pinpoint one person. You could make an argument for Moose, of course. You could make an argument for Eddie Edwards, but I definitely think it's Josh Alexander right now. I think Josh Alexander. You could make an argument for Deanna Purrazzo as well, but for me, it's Josh Alexander. I think Josh Alexander, especially when he wins that Impact Wrestling World Title on Saturday, and I'm going to be doing a preview and prediction show. I'm waiting to hear if because there's a chance that Jonathan Gresham might not be able to compete due to injury. So I'm just waiting to hear if he's competing or if he's going to be replaced. And I'm going to do a preview and prediction show. But anyway, I think the face of Impact Wrestling should, without a doubt, be Josh Alexander. And another thing I love is when he indicates here that he never wanted to leave. Brandi Rhodes calling me out in AEW that prompted the news cycle and many of the fans to think that he was going to AEW, but he never wanted to leave Impact, and that's awesome. That is so awesome, man. You know, I love Josh Alexander. I've been a fan of Josh Alexander for such a long time, and just to read him, just to read these quotes from him was just fantastic, just fantastic. I know a lot of people like to knock Impact Wrestling, but Impact Wrestling is, in my opinion, one of the best promotions out there. They deliver week after week after week after week, and their events, their pay per view events, just deliver time and time again. And it's great to see that and everyone is saying that nobody wants to go to Impact. Everybody wants to leave Impact. But here, right here, you got Josh Alexander indicating he never wanted to leave Impact. Moose never wanting to leave Impact. Jordan Grace also could have gone anywhere, but she stayed with Impact Wrestling. So it's great. Eddie Edwards could have gone anywhere, but he stayed with Impact Wrestling. So people want to stay with Impact Wrestling, and just great to see that. Just great to see. Great to hear Josh Alexander saying that again. I mean, you've heard it from other wrestlers, from other talents in Impact Wrestling, but now you got Josh Alexander saying it. So it's just awesome to hear. Impact Wrestling is awesome. Impact Wrestling is awesome, and well, we all know that. We all know. Everyone watching me right now knows just how awesome Impact Wrestling is, and it's great that they have such devoted talent that want to stick with the product and want to help grow the product. So that's great to read. And Josh Alexander, one of the best in the world, without a doubt. If you s- if whenever people talk about the best wrestler in the world today, Josh Alexander needs to be in that conversation. My opinion. Alrighty, so we're gonna leave it at that for now. Um, Probably done for the night, but if anything like huge breaks, I'll be back. And of course, my Impact Wrestling Rebellion preview and prediction show, I'm gonna try to get that done by Thursday or Friday. Again, I'm just waiting to hear on the injury status of Jonathan Gresham to see if he's competing. Once I know, if I don't hear by Thursday or Friday, I'll have it done by, like I said, Thursday or Friday. Most likely Friday evening. I'll do the Impact Wrestling Rebellion preview and prediction show. And of course, on Saturday we'll have a live chat, guys. Okay, so until then, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Probably I will be back tomorrow with some more news. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye, and stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.